I'm here with Mario Serrano, publicist for Robert The Ghost Guerrero. It's been a long, long ride for you, Mario. Can you take me back to when you first started working with Robert Guerrero?
Oh man, it's been about a good solid 9 years. I remember me and you talking when you were with
Bragging Rights Corner.
Yeah, Bragging Rights Corner out of Miami. And we were doing interviews back then. I would take those interviews, I'd blast them out, and then now that seems to be the trend. So, you know, just the grind to get where we're at today. Nobody really could possibly understand how long that road has been to get to where we're at, you know.
How did you first really meet Robert? Like, what were the circumstances and what was that?
Well, I go to church with Bob Santos, who's Robert's manager.
Okay.
And me and Bob been friends for over 20 years. I played college baseball with his brother, so I'm real tight with their family. You know, they're an athletic family, so, you know, I've been real good friends with Bob Santos, and Bob Santos is the one that introduced me to Robert, and the rest is history. You know, Robert, I mean, for me as a publicist, people in boxing know me now, I'm a PR guy, but it's 1 in a billion, dude, that your first client ends up being a 6-time world champion. So all the glory goes to God, man. I'm a big Christian, I'm a big believer in Christ, and you know, I know where I've come from, where I'm at today, and I can only say it's through Christ that made me get to where I'm at, bro.
Now, you knew Robert when he was fighting at, you know, lower weights, 126 pounds. What was he like then, like, you know, just his skills as a fighter? What did you notice about him?
Well, one thing about Robert is he has great feet, you know what I mean? And Bob Santos really taught me a lot about this stuff, so a lot of stuff Bob showed me everything, so, you know, he always told me, you know, one thing you always look for in a fighter is, you know, if they have great feet. And Robert had great feet, you know what I mean? And he was long, and he was gonna fill out into his body, so you just thought to yourself, man, this guy, he's kind of like got a freaky body, he's got great feet, and, you know, now as he moved up in weight, you see that he's got a great chin, too, so he's got all the great elements that you want in a fighter. You know, if you go down the 5 stars, chin, feet, power, length, and, you know, box skills, he's pretty much got all that, you know what I mean?
Did you guys always know he would eventually rise up in weight? Was that always kind of the plan?
You know, we thought we should have been up sooner than later, but certain situations kind of mandated that we stay down to capture and dominate those lower classes, and that's what we did.
Okay.
But, you know, it is what it is, and, you know, he's at a weight where we believe he's going to be his best at.
Now he's coming off a pair of victories, Selkirk Aiden and also Andre Berto, victories where people maybe didn't expect him to be so physical and strong, and you tell me people always underestimate Robert. Like, first off, speak on those recent victories of his up at
Well, against
147.
Aiden, you got to understand the fact that he did what he did is amazing. Who else will jump up 2 weight classes after a 15-month layoff, a shoulder injury, and go jump in right with no tune-up right into a fight for the interim title at welterweight with the #1 contender in the world that nobody else wanted to fight. This is a guy that was avoided himself. So Robert went in there, jumped into that fight, won that fight convincingly, dominated that fight. Then after that, stepped up to the plate and fought a 2-time world champion Andre Berto, who everybody thought was just gonna walk through Robert. It was the other way around. So here you got a guy who's starving, who's hungry, and people don't understand. Robert's a big believer in Christ, so you got these elements that play into his psyche and make him more than a conqueror.
Now he's fighting Floyd Mayweather, May 4th, May Day, Showtime at the MGM Grand. You obviously have confidence in your man. Why are you so confident heading into this fight?
Because I know Robert is not leaving any stone unturned. He's doing everything possible in this camp to make himself prepare for this fight. 1, 2, Robert's got the ability to do multiple things in the ring.
Okay.
So you got a fighter that is not only capable of doing it physically with skills, in addition to that, he's got the mental capacity dealing with the adversity outside of the ring. You're not talking about a guy who just goes to the gym and trains. This is a guy who slept on hospital floors and watched his wife rise from adversity while she was dying. I mean, how could you compare anything in boxing to what he did with that? So not only you got a guy who can physically do it skill-wise. You got a guy who's mentally strong.
All right, and you say it's gonna be a dogfight?
It's gonna be a dogfight. Everybody better tune into this fight because you know what?
Yeah.
It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rugged, and you're gonna see Mayweather be grinded out.
All right, bro. Thanks a lot, Mario.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.